Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kyle with Jones Vineyard Services. We have our Schmeiser VD 48 PW here that we're going to winterize. I'm just going to walk you guys through how we do that. First thing that we're going to do is pressure wash the entire unit. So I'm going to go through and get all this dirt off. We're not going to put any water in the seed box though. You don't want any water on the gears or the seed dispenser or inside the cups. We're going to pressure wash all the discs out. We're going to blow out the seed tubes. So we don't have any seed overwintering in there, and then you get Okay, so now that we've got everything cleaned up, we're going to go through and clean out these seed tubes. If you don't get these cleaned out and you get seed that's stuck in here, that seed can germinate over the winter or after you put it away, and you'll plug up these seed tubes. So then when you pull it out next year to go seed with it, if you don't check that, then you'll miss rows when you're seeding. And it's also a perfect spot for mice and rodents to get up in and make a nest. So if you leave any seed or any other foreign material in there, then it's a good food source for them, and it's a good spot for them to hide out. So you just want to make sure that you get all these cleaned out. So I'm going to go through and pull the clips off of each one of these seed tubes and just blow some air through them, shake them out, just make sure that there's nothing in them. Okay, once you pull that clip off, I just like to stick it back on there, that way you don't lose it. So this is a perfect example why it's a good idea to clean this out. You can see in there, maybe, see if I can get it to focus, that there's some seed left in there. You really want to make sure that you get all of that out of there. See that? And you can already see that this is starting to germinate, and that's just going to keep growing, and plug that up. So get all of that out of there. One thing you also want to do is before you clean out the seed box, so each one of these seed cups has 3 settings: a small seed setting, a medium seed setting, a large seed setting, and a clean out setting. So you want to make sure that all of these little tan levers are completely opened up, so that way any seed that might be in there falls out. And then okay, now that I've got all these off, I just want to show you, hopefully you can see in that, see all those little seeds germinating? You want to get all of that out of there. See how much stuff comes out of there? Just wanted to show you, all that dirt, all that debris that was in just that one tube. And while you're cleaning these seed tubes too, now is a good time just to inspect all of them to make sure there's no cracks or splits, make sure they're not damaged, so you can replace anything that might be broken or split. Okay, before you put those seed tubes back on, you want to come up top to your seed box, make sure there's no residual seed left in here. I'm going to take my little handheld blower and blow everything out. I can see there's a few seeds left in here, a couple that are starting to germinate. So I'm going to get all of that cleaned out before I put the seed tubes back on. That way I don't get any more seed back into those tubes. now you can go ahead and just put all your seed tubes back on. For me, it's easier to attach the clip to the actual seed tube and then put it on. And just like that. Okay, go ahead and just put both those clips back on and work your way through the rest of the tubes until you have them all back on. The next thing you want to do before you put it in storage is grease everything up. There's a grease circ here on the drive wheel, and then you want to make sure you put chain lube on all the chains, and then on the shaft there's a square shaft that connects to the bearing on the other side where you can control the seating rate. You want to put some never sees on that shaft where it goes into that bearing, so when you go to adjust it in the spring or next fall, that doesn't seize up and doesn't create an issue for you to control your rate. I'm going to put a couple squirts of grease here on this greaser. Make sure that's clean. You don't need much, just enough to get that bearing filled. We'll get some chain lube on this chain. There's also another chain here. Want to make sure you get some on that chain. Okay, so this is where you control the rate for your seeder. And when you move this back and forth, this square shaft is the shaft that you need to put some never sees on. So just put a couple little squirts in there. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you need help winterizing or Schmeiser drill, or if you would like a Spanish translation of this video, please feel free to reach out.